In a world where AI is learning at this absolutely incredible pace, there's one huge question that keeps coming up. What is it actually learning from? So in this explainer, we're going to dive into Codatta's 2026 kickoff and see exactly how they're trying to build a new foundation for AI, one that's powered by real people, just like you and me. Okay, so let's start with this question. What is the appliance knob frontier? I know, it sounds a little bit like science fiction, right? But this is the actual name of a very real campaign that, believe it or not, gets right to the heart of what Codatta is building. So what is it? Well, it's the very first data bounty of 2026. Think of a data bounty as a quest or a campaign where anyone can contribute real-world data and get rewarded for it. And in this specific case, people are literally submitting photos of their appliance knobs to help build a better, more accurate data set for AI. But here's the thing. These individual contributions, whether it's appliance knobs or other real-world objects, they're all part of a much, much bigger and more ambitious project. They're basically the building blocks for something truly foundational. And this is the big idea. Codatta is building what they call an AI knowledge layer. The best way to think about it is like a massive open-source library for AI. But instead of books, it's packed with verifiable, human-curated data. The goal here isn't just to make AI smarter with reliable knowledge, but also to make sure that the people who contribute that knowledge are rewarded and actually own a piece of the value they help create. And this slide really gets to the core of their philosophy. See, on one hand, you have AI learning from other AI-generated synthetic data. The problem is that can quickly become a messy, biased echo chamber. But on the other hand, Codatta is focused on data from real people. It's verifiable, it carries royalties for the contributors, and it prioritizes sustainable quality over just scaling up as fast as possible. Now, this isn't just some new idea they cooked up for 2026. The foundation for all of this was laid during an incredible period of hypergrowth back in 2025. And honestly, the numbers really do speak for themselves. I mean, just look at this. The scale of community involvement is staggering. By the end of last year, over 19 million registered users had joined the platform. That's an incredible foundation of people who are ready to contribute. And this chart shows that these users are super active. You can see that tallest bar right there. It represents over 10 million individual data contributions. And all of that is coming from more than 1.2 million verified contributors. So this isn't just a list of names. It's a massive community that's actively building something together. So how did this growth happen? Well, it was driven by key milestones all year long. In Q1, they had a successful token launch on major exchanges, which gave them a ton of visibility. By Q2, they were engaging millions of people through events like the Binance Booster. And they spent the rest of the year building a global presence and integrating major tech partners to make the whole ecosystem stronger. And they weren't building this in a vacuum. They established some really key collaborations across the entire ecosystem. On the tech side, they integrated with giants like Alibaba Cloud and Chainlink to build out a robust infrastructure. And on the AI frontier, they partnered with leaders like Hugging Face. And that's a name you'll definitely want to remember. Okay, so this brings us to what's happening right now. All of that contributed data from millions of users, it isn't just sitting in a vault somewhere. It's being actively put into action for the entire world to use. Codatta has committed to this ongoing open sourcing initiative. The process is pretty simple. The community contributes data, that data gets verified and curated, and then slices of these commercial-grade data sets are released every single week on Hugging Face for developers and researchers everywhere. And the focus here is absolutely crucial. As this quote says, this is real production data, not just toys or practice data sets. We're talking about high-value information organized using blockchain-based systems to ensure transparency and reward contributors. It's all designed to build real-world AI applications. The data they're sharing is incredibly diverse and impactful. It covers critical sectors from healthcare pathology scans and robotic manipulation tasks, all the way to e-commerce product info and on-chain crypto data. This is knowledge that has real, tangible utility. But, beyond all the data, the stats, and the tech integrations, this project is also exploring some deeper, more philosophical questions about the relationship between AI and humanity. So they did something fascinating. As part of a creative series, they ask an AI to interpret this very question. What decides what gets our attention? It's a really interesting way to see how the intelligence we're building understands a concept that feels so deeply human. And the AI's response was actually pretty profound. It generated this visual that depicted attention as this scarce resource,
a glowing, clear signal of focus that was emerging from all these chaotic, noisy streams, and it visually merged a human eye with a neural network. It's a beautiful metaphor for finding meaning in a world of information overload.
And this all leads to the final, crucial question right at the heart of Codatta's mission. As AI learns from us, from our data and from our contributions, who should own that knowledge? The answer this whole project puts forward is that the knowledge and all the value it creates should belong to the community that built it.